What's going on, Triad? It's your man Kurt from Triad Hip Hop Podcast, and of course I'm bringing you another lyrical breakdown. This is technically this is take 2. I did another lyrical breakdown, but YouTube blocked it. Excuse me. Tried to do it twice. They blocked it both times for copyright, so I had to choose a different song to go with, but still a good one nonetheless. So right now, I'm doing a joint from a dude called Diabolic. It's him and Immortal Technique, and they teamed up on the same song together. And I mean, they both killed it, but I have to do the first verse, which comes from my man Diabolic. I really feel like this is the one that needs to be done. So the song's called Frontlines, you know, on the front lines. And we're going to go ahead and do Diabolic's verse, and that'll be it. I'm going to come back. I'm going to let y'all hear the verse. Then I'm going to come back and kind of go through it and, you know, kind of give my man his flowers, and then we'll go from there, all right? All right.
I two-step with Lucifer, and ever since I started dancing, I walked the fine line between Einstein and Charles Manson. Starved this famine with my stomach growling, like someone shouting 100,000 times louder than thunder pounding. Fuck around and I'll punch your mouth in. I'm king of the mountain with my life in this project like it's public housing. Counting on the fact I firebomb entire songs and won't stop till the world's inside my palm like Viacom. Diabolic, I'll supply the higher wattage via fiber optic wire till you acquire some kind of knowledge. Cause life made me grow wiser than old timers, hot-headed like the Ghost Rider behind a slow driver. Soul survivor, flowing live is second nature, so don't test. It's best to save your breath like respirators. I throw a punch at your ribs that gives your lungs asthma and has you pouring out your guts faster than Dutch masters. Drunk bastard, past the point of no return like Denzel, tricking Ethan Hawke into smoking Sherm. Judgment overturned, holding court like Mordecai. Immortalized when I make statues bleed and portraits cry. I'll go to war for mine, rebel army, guard the border. I'm in the trenches barking orders like I'm Sergeant Slaughter. Pray to Jesus H for mercy and plead your case, cause on the front lines you're dead the second that you see my face.
This is the front line, this is the dead zone. Barely alive or in a box, is how you head home.
Okay. So let's go through that, man, because those are some hard-hitting lyrics, and, you know, my man's, you know, he threw a lot at you, you know what I mean? So he said, I two-step with Lucifer, and ever since I started dancing, I walked the fine line between Einstein and Charles Manson. So right off the bat, he kind of, you know, he letting you know what I mean? My mind is on a whole nother level. That's why they call me Diabolic, you know what I mean? So his rhyme style is very much diabolic. You know what I mean? This dude could be like one of those horrorcore rappers, you know what I mean? So think about that. So he, you know, I like how he said I two-step with Lucifer, meaning, you know, me and Lucifer, you know, we like this, you know, we always, you know, we together, you know, basically what I'm doing is I'm with him, what he's doing is with me. And he said, ever since I started dancing, you know, because of the reference to the two-step, ever since I started dancing, I walked the fine line between Einstein and Charles Manson. So number 2, he giving you them internal rhymes. That's dope. You know what I mean? And then he giving you the metaphors, you know what I mean? Einstein, you know, on that genius level, and then Manson on that diabolical crazy level. You know, he's like, I'm right in between the two of them. You know what I mean? He says, starving this famine with my stomach growling like someone shouting 100,000 times louder than thunder pounding. He said, fuck around and I'll punch your mouth in. I'm king of the mountain with my life in this project like it's public housing. You know what I mean? That's dope right there. You know, he said, with my life in this project like it's public housing. That's dope right there. So then he said, counting on the fact I firebomb entire songs and won't stop until the world's inside my palm like Viacom. Come on, man. You know, Viacom, that's a huge company. And so that's why he like, I won't stop until the world's inside my palm like Viacom. Because Viacom can pretty much do whatever the fuck they want. That's how big of a company they are. You know, they own a lot, you know what I mean? They own BET. They own MTV. They own VH1. And a bunch of other stuff too. You know what I mean? So anyway, he said, Diabolic, I supply the higher wattage via fiber optic wire until you acquire some kind of knowledge. You know what I mean? Right there, he giving you the internal rhymes. You know what I mean? His rhyme scheme is so dope. You know, it's one of those, to me, is top tier. Or he wouldn't even be in this lyrical breakdown. All right, so then he said, cause life made me grow wiser than old timers, hot-headed like the Ghost Rider behind a slow driver. You know what I mean? If you know anything about comics, the Ghost Rider, you know, he rides the big motorcycle joint, you know what I mean? And, you know, he about his business, so he ready to get to the shits, you know what I mean? So that's why, you know, he said, and then the Ghost Rider, you know, his face is a skull, which is on fire, you know what I mean, of course, so it's kind of dope. That's why he said hot-headed like the Ghost Rider behind a slow driver. You know what I mean? That's the double entendre right there. So, you know, that's dope right there. Then he says, soul survivor, flowing live is second nature, so don't test. It's best to save your breath like respirators. I'll throw a punch at your ribs that gives your lungs asthma and has you pouring out your guts faster than Dutch masters. Drunk bastard, past the point of no return, like Denzel tricking Ethan Hawke into smoking Sherm. Yo, that was kind of a dope reference right there, because, you know, he took it back, you know what I mean, to the movie Training Day, you know, when Denzel did that. Because, you know, Denzel played this, like, crooked cop, so, you know, he tricked his partner into smoking that Sherm, you know what I mean? I ain't even going to explain what Sherm is. If you don't know, you might want to go look that up, you know what I mean? Anyway, he said, judgment overturned, held in court like Mordecai, mortalized when I make statues bleed and portraits cry. I go to war for mine, rebel army guard the border. I'm in the trenches barking orders like I'm Sergeant Slaughter. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. Sergeant Slaughter, you know what I mean? He got a mouth on him, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's why he said barking orders like I'm Sergeant Slaughter. It's dope right there. Then he said, pray to Jesus H for mercy and plead your case, because on the front lines, you're dead the second that you see my face. You know what I mean? Man, listen, that's killing it right there. He ended it off so dope. He said, pray to Jesus H for mercy and plead your case, because on the front lines, you're dead the second that you see my face. Then it goes into the hook. You know, this is the front line. This is the dead zone. Barely alive or in a box. It's how you head home. This is the front line. This is the life that I chose. I thought I told you motherfuckers to lock and load. You know what I mean? So, my man, he just killed that shit, man. So, I really love the song. It's hard. It's got the boom bap element. It's got, you know, the hard rhyme element. It gives you all the metaphor type lyrics that you like. It gives you the entendres, double entendres, and all of that. So, you know, go check out my man Diabolic. And this song, like I said, was him and Immortal Technique, and it's called the Frontlines. So you can find it pretty much anywhere. So go stream that, download it, you know, support good hip hop music. You know what I mean? And once again, happy Hip Hop History Month. I wish I could have done my other lyrical breakdown too, but you know, we're going to bring that one back as soon as YouTube stop trying to play games. I'm not even going to tell y'all what it was, but it was one for the histories. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, this is your man Kurt, Triad Hip Hop Podcast. Shout out to Howie. I appreciate everything you do. And we will both see y'all again on the weekend when we go live on Saturday. All right? All right. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. You know what I mean? Hit all those buttons. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. All right? Peace.